Hi, I'm Tom Lister, President of Data Meridian Research. We specialize in helping foreign companies sell their products in the Japanese market. One of our most popular services is finding Japanese distributors for our clients using a wide variety of online and offline sources. In this presentation, I'm going to show you how you can use some of our methods to identify Japanese distributors and sales agents for your own products. Also at the end, I'll have information about how you can download a transcript of this presentation and a free copy of our report, Selling to Japan, a Guide for Foreign Companies. Although I'll be talking about Japan here, the techniques I'll be going over can be used to find sales partners in any other international market. Before we get started, let's go over the difference between distributors and sales agents. Distributors purchase products, mark them up to a higher price, and then resell them. They make money on the difference between what they pay for the products and what they sell them for. Sales agents, on the other hand, don't buy products for resale and only get paid when they put together a deal for you. In this presentation, I'll usually use the term distributor, but almost everything I talk about will apply to both types of sales partners. Okay, so why do you even need a distributor in Japan? The reason is simple. Japan has a complex distribution system, and your products will have the best chance of selling if they go through the sales channels that are already there. Distributors are already part of this existing system and are already connected to the customers you're trying to reach. So how do you find the good ones? First, let me say that Google isn't a great way to find reliable Japanese distributors. Most of these companies don't have a lot of English on their websites and don't rank very high in Google. Even when we search Japanese language sources for our clients, we use Google and other search engines a lot less than other sources of information. Also, not all distributors are created equal. Ideally, you want to find ones that have a good track record with imported products and who are already selling to the customers who are the best prospects for your product. For example, if you sell a special component that's used primarily by test equipment manufacturers, you should look for distributors who are already selling other products to these same manufacturers. You typically don't want a company that'll have to go out and build these relationships from scratch. The rest of this presentation will look at ways to find these companies. First, check out what your competitors are doing in Japan. Who are their distributors? What products are they selling in Japan? What is their Japan strategy? Make a list of as many competitors as you can and start figuring out if they already have Japanese distribution. Be creative here and don't just think of your direct competitors. Think of other companies that sell products that solve the same problem you do. Once you've got your list together, see if these companies put a list of their international distributors on their website. Look for a link that may say distributors or dealers or reps. Technology companies often use the term channel partners. Here's an example from a manufacturer of computer networking products. I clicked on a link called Find a Distributor and drilled down to find this list of the company's 4 Japanese distributors. It gives all the contact information for these companies, including even the name of the person to call. Not all companies list their foreign distributors on their websites. If this is the case, you can sometimes find them by using Google to see if any Japanese companies link to the manufacturer's website or if the manufacturer's company name appears on Japanese language websites. Once you've identified your competitors' distributors, visit their websites and find out everything you can about them. How big are they? Who do they sell to? What other products do they sell? Are they publicly traded or privately held? Where are they located, etc., etc. A few words of warning. First, don't assume that your competitors know what they're doing in the Japanese market. Also, don't assume that their distributors are any good or are even selling anything at all. Japan is a complex market, and not all companies make wise choices when they select sales partners. Use any competitive information you can find as a starting point, not as a blueprint on how you should approach the Japanese market. Also, think about whether you want to contact your competitors' distributors or not. In many industries, distributors don't handle competing products, so there's a good chance that they won't be interested at all. On the other hand, these distributors could be unhappy with the current situation and willing to consider a change. You should also assume that any information you share will find its way into your competitors' hands at some point. Once you've done your research into competing products, you should look for distributors of complementary products. These are non-competing products that are typically used by the same customers that use your products. For example, think of medical products. A hospital that purchases surgical lights also purchases a wide range of other related products such as patient monitors, instruments, stands, tables, and gurneys. Japanese distributors typically serve a specific industry or set of customers. And the more related products they can sell to these customers, the more money they make. So get creative. Make a list of all the products you can think of that your end users also purchase, track down their manufacturers, and see if these companies sell to Japan. In fact, the Japanese distributors of these related products will often be more receptive to carrying your products than the distributors of competing products. After all, as I mentioned already, you may be giving these companies another product they can sell to their existing customer base. You'll find, though, that many of these distributors won't have English language websites. This makes sense if you think about it. Their real focus is serving customers inside Japan, so they really don't do a lot of marketing outside Japan. One tool you can use to figure out what's on a Japanese language website is Google's translation tool. It'll give you a rough translation of what's on the page, but don't use it to communicate with potential Japanese business partners unless you want to completely confuse them. Trade shows are another way to find potential distributors, and in many cases you don't even need to get on a plane. Most trade shows these days have great online directories of exhibitors with links to their websites. One of the best databases of trade shows, not just in Japan but around the world, can be found on JETRO's website. Look for the link to the Online Trade Fair database. JETRO also has some free market research reports and useful translations of import regulations for various products. JETRO's website is at www.jetro.go.jp. Finally, trade associations are a great way to identify the key players in an industry and find potential distributors. There are thousands of these groups in Japan. Just to give you a few examples, here's the website for the Japan Machine Tool Builders Association, the Japan Robot Association, the Japan Medical Devices Manufacturers Association, the Japan Golf Goods Association, the Semiconductor Equipment Association of Japan, and the Japan Pharmaceutical Manufacturers Association. No matter what industry you're in, there's probably a trade association for it in Japan. Here's the All Japan Association of Reptile Skin and Leather Manufacturers and the Chewing Gum Association of Japan. Often there are separate associations for manufacturers and distributors. For electronic test and measurement equipment, there's the Japan Electric Measuring Instruments Manufacturing Association and the Japan Electric Measuring Instruments Distributors Association. Tracking down these trade associations can sometimes be a challenge. The best way we've found is to just enter Japan, the name of your industry, and the word association into Google and see what turns up. There are also a few directories out there, but none of them are very complete. Like many Japanese companies, these trade associations often only have a limited amount of information available in English. You can use the Google translation tool to get a rough idea of what's on the site. I hope you found this information useful. Please visit our website, www.japanesedistributors.com, to find out more about the unique system we've developed to help foreign companies locate, contact, and communicate with potential Japanese distributors. Also, if you go to www.japanesedistributors.com/video, you can download a transcript of this presentation and a free copy of our special report, Selling to Japan, a Guide for Foreign Companies. This 40-page report is packed full of useful information on how to do business in Japan. Again, go to www.japanesedistributors.com/video to download this report and a transcript of this presentation.